Hello, this is Brian. Today is Monday, March 14th, 2023, and I'm walking along Tierrasanta Boulevard here in the Tierrasanta neighborhood of San Diego, and I'm on my way to a small canyon in the area. It's called Elanus Canyon, and I'm going to try to see if I can hike Elanus Canyon up to Mission Trails Regional Park and maybe climb a small hill. It's a small hill called Hill 781, and I'm gonna have to cross a street eventually. So I'm walking east on Tierrasanta right now. It's right near an apartment complex. Majestic sweet gum trees. Some liquid ambar Tierrasanta Blvd. Some really nice ones along here on Tierrasanta. Here's a London plane tree right here. I'll be right back. I'm back. So yeah. Nice street trees around here. So I'm trying to find the bottom of Elanus Canyon. It's a very, very small canyon. I don't think it's not nearly as large as some of the other urban canyons I've visited. Eventually I'm going to have to cross the street. Look at this. Here's a big rusty leaf fig. Ficus rubiginosa. It's a nice big one. And some beautiful Canary Island pines, of course. Very commonly planted here in San Diego, in Southern California for that matter. So, I think the trailhead it's a little bit of a hike, I'd say. So I was parked on the Tambor or something like that. This is a little side street where I can find some street parking. But I'm not going to park over there by the apartments. The entrance to Elanus Canyon should be around here somewhere. But I figured I'd show you some of the scenery around here too. That's definitely feeling much like spring right now. Although we're supposed to get some rain at some point tomorrow. So that's why I'm doing an after work hike today. Figured, didn't want to miss a week. Figured I would get a hike in anyways. After work today. Ooh, Brisbane box right here. This is one of our beautiful, very common, very beautiful ornamental trees. Lophostamen concertus. Very commonly planted ornamental tree here. Now it looks kind of like eucalyptus. Just related to it. Okay. What I'm gonna have to do is find a way to cross because the trailhead is right over there. I'm gonna have to find a way to get across. So I'm gonna put the phone down and I'm gonna go hop across the street carefully, and I'll see you in the canyon. Here it is. This is Elanus Canyon, right next to the apartments right here. Pretty small canyon. Not as large as some of the other ones here in San Diego. So I'm gonna try to use Elanus Canyon, for a couple reasons. A, to explore yet another one of our urban canyons or suburban canyons, and B, if successful, might be able to reach a small peak, where it's more of a really small hill actually. It's Hill 781, and it's not super far from the Claremont Mesa Boulevard entrance to Mission Trails Regional Park. It's maybe a little southeast of it. So using Elanus Canyon as an entrance to it. So let's see how this works. Very beautiful riparian area over here. So this is supposed to be Elanus Canyon. We got some Fremont cottonwood over here. Populus fremontii, subspecies fremontii. Yeah, we got some Fremont cottonwoods down here. It's pretty cool. Got lots of, looks like probably Gooding's black willow. Okay. It's very muddy here. Very muddy. My feet are kind of sloshing here. So I know we're going to have a bit of a climb to get up this way. I'm going to have to climb up that way. You won't be able to see the peak from here, I don't think. All right. Let's see if I can get across this. Yikes. It's very wet here. All right. It's pretty interesting over here. I'm guessing this is the way. Or is it over there? I think we're mostly in one of those power line right-of-ways here. I'm probably gonna, I think it might go around this way. It's right here. Looks like an old service road or something. Oh, it's definitely warming up out here. Feels like it's probably about 73 degrees. Maybe feels a little warmer than I think it is. Maybe, or maybe I think it's a little warmer than it really is. Ooh, it's muddy here. Oh boy. Yikes. Very muddy here. So I think maybe this will go up towards the ridge. If not, I'll just go back the other way. I don't think this canyon probably gets a lot of traffic. Tell you one thing, it's really close to going home after work today because I was tired, very tired. But don't know when it's going to start raining tomorrow, so it's either get a guarantee of hiking by going after work or take the chance and possibly miss out tomorrow altogether. Alright. Whew. Got some Mojave yucca up ahead. It's getting ready to bloom. Actually, some of them actually are blooming. Yeah, we got Mojave yucca over here. Yucca scutigera. look at it, it's blooming already. Whew. So I'm looking at a roughly 3 miles, maybe slightly more than 3 miles hiking. A little over 1.5 miles to the summit, and then another 1.5 miles back. Kind of mapped it out before coming out here. I was thinking, mapped it on Google Earth. It said about 1.57 one way to peak 781 or hill 781. Look at that beautiful Mojave Yucca. Oh, it's beautiful. It's been a long time. I can't remember last time I was by one when it was actually blooming. Beautiful. Got a nice little population here in Tierrasanta. Alright. Well, keep on climbing. I have probably close to 650 to 700 feet of climbing, so it'll be a little workout, but I'll see you on the next round. There's a nice lemonade berry. Nice tall one. A little sparser. A little more sparser. I mean, a little more sparsely foliated. But a nice tall one. Very upright. So yeah, we're in some pretty open coastal sage scrub here. Here's one plant I pointed out last week, but it's this garland daisy plant right here. And you'll see it's a member of our sunflower family, Asteraceae. It's not native here in San Diego County, or California for that matter. I forget where it's native, I have to look it up, but you get flower heads that are yellow, and ones with white, and sometimes white and yellow. They're actually pretty attractive flower heads. Again, I'm saying flower head because they're sunflower family plants. Therefore, they're flower heads and they're composite. So it looks like this area was burnt. It was very muddy here. Oh, beware. It's very muddy where I'm walking right now. Some of this is very muddy. Not the whole way, but parts of it are. I got it. Whoa. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch my step. That's coastal deer broom right there. Heck, Miss von Gleiber, variety Gleiber. Some of this trail is very muddy. Very muddy. Weird thing is, this is a south-facing slope. Here's some quail. Here's some California quail calling off deeper in a canyon. All right. So it looks like I'm gonna have to climb up that. That's very steep. Ooh, that's a steep one. Not looking forward to that. That's very steep right there. It's a pretty cool little canyon though. Oh, we got some scrub oaks here. These are probably acutidens. Oh yeah, I got scrub oaks over here. Didn't know if we were going to be seeing that. I thought it was going to be predominantly sage scrub here. This is a pretty cool little canyon. So yeah, I think that's what I have to go up. Eee, thanks. That looks a little intimidating. Done steep stuff before, but I mean, that looks really steep. All right. There's some tamarisk down there too. Some non-native tamarisk. They call it salt cedar a lot of times, but it's not a cedar. It's not a conifer. It's a broadleaf or an angiosperm, a flowering plant. The branches look like juniper branches, kind of. Yeah, they're already starting to leaf out because most of our tamarisks are deciduous. In other words, they shed their leaves in fall and are leafless in the winter. But already starting to leaf out down there. All right, so we got a small little palm oasis over here. Yeah, I'm assuming that that is my trail. That's going to be a bit of a climb right there, I'll tell you. We got a little palm oasis here. It's a Mexican fan palm. Washingtonia robusta. So we're going to get up near a couple of these tamarisks. Those are, like I said, they're non-native. So, and they've been regarded with a lot of controversy over taking over. There's a little trickling water here too. Pretty cool. But yeah, you can see the tamarisks. Ooh, they're pretty large over here. A nice healthy Washingtonia robusta right there. Mexican fan palm. Here's a tamarisk. These are pretty decent sized ones. I don't often see them this tall. And you can see they're deciduous and they're just starting to leaf out. Some of these are actually pretty large. I don't usually get up too close to a lot of these. But yeah, it's leafing out already. Kind of look like cypress or juniper. But they're not. They're not even conifers. So I've got a little trickle here. Alright. So it looks like I'm going to have to make my way up that. So I'm not sure exactly what species of tamarisk this is. Could be Tamarix chinensis, Tamarix ramosissima. Not exactly sure what species this is. But there's a lot of it down here and it's very large. Yeah, scrub oaks over here too. Here's another tamarisk right here. So it's just barely starting to form buds on it. Here's another Mexican fan palm right here. And it's brown thing of leaves. They call it a petticoat. If you don't trim them. It's like our California fan palms in Anza-Borrego. Washingtonia foliifera that do this too. That's a pretty cool little spot here. There's a little water running through here. When I looked at the imagery on Google Earth, it looked very dry. It looked like a very arid canyon, but maybe not as arid as I thought. Okay, so that's next. All right, I'll see you on the next clip. Let's start climbing up that. Okay, so yeah, this one was steep. I'm almost at the road crossing. I forget the name of that road right now. But, ooh, collar lupine. This is like Lupinus truncatus, it looks like. I think that's what that one is. Got the really short, narrow leaf, or not short, but narrow leaflets. I think it's Lupinus truncatus, I believe. We got a bunch of different types. A couple different types of lupines. I brought my field guide so I don't get caught slipping today. Do a little research on some of these guys. So I'm near the top of this rise here. It was steep, but it wasn't as steep as I thought it was going to be. It looked like it was straight up. It's steep, it's tough, but it's doable. It's not as slippery as I thought it was going to be. All right, so about to meet the road. Cross the road, and we're basically crossing into Mission Trails Regional Park. All right, that was a pretty decent pull. Ooh, looks like we got vernal pools here. I wonder why this is cut off. Yeah, these are vernal pools right here. Very protected habitat. Probably over 95% of this habitat's been destroyed. But yeah, these are vernal pools right here. These are small depressions in the soil that are nearly impervious to water soaking in. So what happens is, during the rainy season, the water ponds up. You got some very rare species of plants growing in there, but it is off limits. So if you see a barbed wire or see like a fence or a sign around a vernal pool, don't go in there and disturb it, because there's some very sensitive habitat there. So we got some vernal pool over here too. Some rare species of animals as well, not just plants, but animals. So these are called vernal pools. So by the end of spring, they'll all be dried up. So that's the first time I've ever seen a vernal pool up close. I've seen things that are similar to vernal pools, like sometimes on trails you'll get puddles and stuff that last for quite a while, but these ones will dry out by mid-spring and that'll be done. All right. I could have parked here. To climb up to Hill 781, but I wanted to explore Elanus Canyon too, so I wanted to do some exploring today. So now I'm going to cross the road, and that is Mission Trails Regional Park right there. So I'll see you on the next clip. Alright. So now I'm actually in Mission Trails Regional Park. So I'm heading roughly east right now. Here's a nice beautiful scrub oak right here. Nice one. Alright, so I'm going to follow this. Over this way. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember. Okay. I think that's Claremont Mesa Boulevard over there. That's the Claremont Mesa staging area. So Hill 781 should be over this way. I found my battery's about to die, so better go scrounge up another pair. So I'll see you up the way with some more stuff. Yeah, you might have heard me mention about vernal pools, and I told you that I'd see sometimes you'll see big puddles on the trail. That's what I was talking about. Until I actually came face to face with a vernal pool over there on the Elanus Canyon side. This is the closest thing I had ever seen to vernal pools, are these big muddy waters water spots here, a lot of times on the trails. All right, now I'm pretty sure I'm heading up this way, so I'm gonna see. So I'm gonna bank a left here, see if it points me towards this hill. Never mind me, I'm very itchy right now. Arm was a little itchy. All right, so let's see. So I see a trail going up that hill. I suspect that could be it. And when I said it's about 1.5 miles, it's 1.5 miles from where I parked, not from the entrance to Elanus Canyon, right by that apartment complex. So I'm gonna go head up this one here. Hopefully I'll get a good perspective on top of it, because on the side of it, probably not super readily visible from here, but if you're near Mission Gorge, you can see it. You can see it from the Mission Gorge area. There's a big like development or big mining or some kind of operation going on the side of Hill 781. I don't know if I'll get to see it to confirm it, but yeah, see, that's the eastern terminus of Claremont Mesa Boulevard right there. You get that big bridge. I've only been on that side once, and that was nearly 10 years ago, months after I moved back from New Jersey. I was living in Orange County, and took a couple days here in San Diego to reminisce. Okay, we're getting some muddy spots right here, so just gotta watch my step. Oh boy, this is very sloshy over here. Okay, I have to be very careful. It's very sloshy right here. Oh, I gotta be careful where I step. There's something in the water. Oh, looks like a bug in the water. That's weird. Okay, this is a very muddy trail. I think this trail leads towards the Claremont Mesa staging area. Oh God, this is very muddy. Oh gosh. I'm just gonna have to kind of trick through here. Oh, it's very muddy. Just gonna have to be careful walking through here. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's very muddy. I'm surprised it's still so muddy. I can see when I nudge my feet ahead, you can see the mud flying out from my shoe bottom. Wow, yeah. So a week from now, we'll be in springtime. Oh boy, here we go again. There's mud everywhere. Hoping this goes up the hill. I'm hoping this is going to go uphill soon. So I'm pretty sure Hill 781 would be the one over here. Might have had to bear right. Oh, this will be an adventure, I guess, a little mini one. Not planning to hike for hours and hours. I am wiped out. Get off of work, I am exhausted. Oh boy. very muddy here too. So I'm hoping this will go up the hill. I'm going to keep on going a little bit more, and then I'll take a look and see. I'm glad some of these high clouds are starting to thicken up a little bit. It's warm out, especially more on a sunnier south-facing slope. All right, see where I am very soon, hopefully. Okay, looks like we're at a junction here. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go up this fire road here. So I think I'm supposed to bank a right at some point. I think. Let's see. See if my intuition's right. It's pretty cool. A mixed meadow and coastal sage scrub. Even a random sugar gum right here. A little eucalyptus cladicalix. A young guy. So let's see. See if my intuition's right. Heading more towards the west now, or west-southwest. So we'll see what kind of views we get up on top of the hill. Pretty neat. I'll tell you one thing, the fragrance, the aroma up here, it's incredible. The black sage is so powerful. It's all I can smell. It's a good smell too. It's very clean. And there's a lot of black sage here. A lot of black sage. It's just rampant. Elanus Canyon too. Down there in Elanus Canyon, a lot of black sage. It's all coastal sage scrub. So, a lot of black sage in that canyon too. I don't know if it was going to be as spectacular. A canyon has, you know, Rancho Mission Canyon, Navajo Canyon, San Clemente, Tecolote, Ruffin, East Shepherd. I didn't know, but I must say, for a little canyon like that, pretty nice little spot. I just look forward to going to canyons, so I always think positively. But you know, it'd probably be pretty cool, but didn't know how actually really dope it was going to be. Alright, gotta start looking to see, because I'm going to start going downhill now. I hope that's an access right there. I think we're heading the right way. What's the name of this trail here? This park is usually pretty well marked with trails. This is the Quarry Loop Trail. I think, yeah, because we're going to be heading uphill now, so looks like we might be gaining. I think this is going to be peak or hill 781. So, all right, just going to keep on climbing. Probably have to dig in my water soon because it's pretty warm and I'm pretty sweaty. And there's Elanus Canyon right there. It's right there. It's right where I was. So we're above the head of the canyon now. All right. Well, I see something blooming up ahead, so once I get to that and point out whatever it is, I think it's an ocean loco weed. Let's see. Let us see what we're in for. Yeah, sure looks like it from here. Yeah. Stragulus trichopodes variolongcus. Yeah. It's really blooming hardcore now. Seeing a lot more of it. Beautiful plant, the pea family. Really beautiful plant. That'd be a fun plant to grow at home. Well, here's some Mojave yucca. Right here too, right on the side of the trail. This one doesn't look like it's going to be ready to bloom anytime soon. But yeah, some of the ones down in Elanus Canyon were already blooming. That's pretty impressive. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be what gets me to the summit of Hill 781. All right, so up I go. I'll see you up the way. All right, so I've been climbing up this for a little while. I have a feeling this is probably going to be it. I think this is going to be it. Getting close to cresting something. Hopefully there'll be some good views up here so I can see what's going down. I think I'm near the top of the peak already. Yeah, I know the trails cross up here. Yeah, I think this is it. I think we're just about on top of Hill 781. Just about. Yeah, this has got to be it here. All right. Right here where the junction of trails meets. I think this has got to be the top of Hill 781. All right. I have to go around the summit to really get a feel for the views. Oh, okay. I was wondering if this was a horse pen or something. Like to keep your horses tied up for a minute. No, this is just a vernal pool. What am I saying, just a vernal pool? That's an awesome sight. Yeah, there's another vernal pool right here. That's why they got this fenced off, so people don't go messing with the habitat. So yeah, this is another vernal pool right here. Could be endangered animals. Like fairy shrimp might be in there. I don't know. Could be fairy shrimp in there. There are a couple species of fairy shrimp that live in these vernal pools. And you say, how do the fairy shrimp survive when the water dries out? Well, they enter a dormant state until there's enough water in the pool for them to survive. Pretty cool. Shade here a little bit. Wow. Pretty cool. Might be some very rare plants in there too. Wow. So yeah, this is it, Hill 781. What's on the top of Hill 781? A vernal pool. Right smack dab in the summit plateau. Pretty cool, gotta say. Let's see what kind of views we got over here. we got some. Should get some pretty good views into Mission Gorge. This definitely has to be Hill 781. Because, yeah, this is looking down towards the visitor center. So there should be a big quarry. Should be a big quarry out of the rock on this side here, on the south side of the hill. So this is it, Hill 781. Not nearly the highest point here in Mission Trails. That obviously goes to Coles Mountain over there. Okay, well let's do some views because we're here. Okay, so now we're gonna start looking south. That's over towards where down there. That's Mission Gorge Road, cutting through there. I think those are parts of the. I think that's part of where Rancho Mission Canyon is over there, because there's some pretty tall hills over by Rancho Mission Canyon. So Rancho Mission Canyon is just over there a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to start curving over to the southeast. We got Otay Mountain way in the back, and San Miguel Mountain over there. And that's another one of the mountains I've fantasized about hiking for years, and no go because it's off limits. People still do it, but I don't want to take the chance and get in trouble. That's just not me. And then, so now we're going to start curving a little bit more southeast, and we're looking at Mount Helix over in Casa de Oro and La Mesa, and of course the San Carlos neighborhood of San Diego down there, and then there's Coles Mountain obviously, and then there's Peak 1380, and then Powell's Peak obviously. That was a really cool hike back in early February, well, end of January. And of course there's good old Quai Pie. It's kind of hard to see because it's a little hazy, but El Cajon Mountain's way off there beyond Mission Gorge, over by the city of Lakeside. South Fortuna, as we're looking east now. Fortuna Saddle. Above it you can see North Iron Mountain and Iron Mountain. Fortuna Saddle. And we're looking more towards the northeast now, North Fortuna Mountain. And then some of the more small, more gently undulating terrain here of Mission Trails. Looking north now, I can barely see Black Mountain poking out there. And I can see over towards La Jolla to the northwest and to the west. Soledad Mountain would be over there, and right by La Jolla, and southwest towards Point Loma, downtown. So yeah, you get some pretty good views up here. Just got to look around a little bit. But I'll see you on the next clip, and we'll see where I am by then. Alright, since I'm up here, and I'm really not in a big rush, let's go ahead and take a look at the botanical aspect up here. I'm already starting to see some pretty interesting things. Ah, yes. The coast barrel cactus. Phaerocactus viridescens. A few specimens up here, actually. A couple more over here. Actually, yeah, there are a few of them around here, actually. There are a couple here underneath the buckwheat. Ooh, and another surprise. Another pleasant surprise, I may qualify that with. I saw some more. There's another one down in there. Oh, there are a few of them over here. There's some nice ones over here. Wow, pretty cool. I'm seeing a bunch more. Looks like there's a pretty decent one over there. But like I said, I'm not gonna really walk off trail because I have respect for Mission Trails. I love coming here, and I'd hate to be disrespectful to a wonderful place like this. Got a bunch of them here, actually. There's a lot of coast barrel cactus up here on the hill at 781. Technically, I think the high point's over there, but you know me. I love going to the high points, but I'm not gonna walk on this fragile land here. Wow, there's a lot of coast barrel cactus up here. And then, of course, we got deer broom at Mismont Glaber. I'm going to take a little more of a closer look momentarily to see what variety it is, because we have two varieties of coastal deer broom, or deer broom. The most common here in the coastal side of the mountains is Acmismon glauber variety glauber, the regular deer broom, the coast deer broom. And then there's also Acmismon glauber variety breviolatus, which is more typical on the desert side of the mountains, but does come on the coastal side of the mountains occasionally as well. And there's something slightly different with the flowers, so I kind of have to get down there and really look at them. So there's something else I wanted to point out. It's another plant. I saw for the first time today, and I kind of suspect it was a non-native, and I double-checked my field guide to make sure it was what I thought it was, and I was correct. Let's see, where did I see it? It's kind of common in parts of this area. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. It's one of those plants you have to kind of look kind of carefully at. And it does have relatives that are native. This plant here, with the really small windmill-shaped flowers, that's windmill pink. It's Silene gallica. Probably native to Europe, I would imagine. But yeah, we do have a few species of native Silenes here in Southern California. One that I've seen is the Indian pink, and it has these beautiful reddish sheared flowers, and it's Silene laciniata, subspecies laciniata, I believe. But there are a couple other subspecies of it. But it's a much larger plant. See, the windmill pink, the non-native one here that I just pointed out, is a small, very small herbaceous annual. Whereas the Indian pink, which I've only seen a couple times, and caught them in bloom, usually towards May. Those ones, the flowers are much larger. They look like they're kind of cut along longitudinally or latitudinally on the flower, or cut vertically. And those ones are much larger perennials. So I mean, I can't really access in here, but there should be possibly some very rare California native plants growing here by this vernal pool. There could be San Diego mesa mint, Bogogine. It's in the genus Bogogine. I think it's Bogogine Abramsii. San Diego mesa mint, I think is the name of it. It's a plant in the mint family, and it's kind of a rare local endemic, and you're going to find it right around vernal pools. So it could be in there, but I can't get close enough to look. And like I said, I am not going to hop the fence and be disrespectful. Especially I don't want to trample any life that relies on these vernal pools. So if you see something fenced off like this, be respectful of it. I'm actually trying to look it up right now. Should be, yeah. Well, there are actually two species of mesa mints. I'm looking at San Diego County native plants. The one here, we find it here, it would be Pogogine abramsii, the San Diego mesa mint. But there's one that's Pogogine nudiuscula, and that will probably be found more towards the Otay Mesa area. That's the Otay Mesa mint. So that could be a plant in here, just can't get in there to look at it without being disrespectful. So unfortunately, it's the inbounds. I like to go in there and explore, believe me, but I'd rather do the right thing and just look at it. I mean, if I can identify it from here, I can't really tell, but it's so cool to see these vernal pools. These things are really cool. I like these. Never really got to experience these. Pretty rare. Might be a couple of them. There are a few of them in Orange County, but southwestern Riverside County, and here in San Diego County, and probably northern Baja, I would assume as well. It's a pretty rare habitat that used to be much more common back in the day, before development pretty much dug them all up, except for a few. I didn't realize we had them here at Mission Trails, and over on the head of Elanus Canyon. really cool. Beautiful. Well, I'm probably going to look around a little bit more and see what else I can find, and then I'll update you as soon as I find something else. Alright, so yeah, I've been kind of examining these deer brooms up here, and judging by the pictures of the flowers, these are definitely variety Glauber. Like mistbone Glauber, variety Glauber. They're blooming like crazy up here right now, which is really cool. Yeah, I can tell by the structures of these flowers. Might have to go a little further inland to see variety breviolatus, but yeah. These appear to be definitely the typical variety Glauber. Mistbone Glauber, variety Glauber. So yeah, pretty cool views up here. You kind of have to walk around a little bit if you want to have more of a vertical view. But definitely the surrounding terrain comes in pretty well here. Beautiful Hill 781. Very verdant, very green. Let's see if there's a cliff edge view or something. So I think this does have a little bit of a steeper south side, especially because the fact that there's like a quarry. There's a quarry down there. Let's see if I can get a closer view of it. Very beautiful out here. There's more of that windmill pink again. Selene delica. Again, not native. Hoping to see Indian pink this year. Love to get some. Love to get a view of that one in bloom this year. Look at these little tiny laurel sumacs up here. Little tiny laurel sumacs, more stunted up here. A lot smaller up here. But I was gonna say something. Now I don't even remember. Oh, keep seeing school bell plants. One of the bluish purple flowers that I pointed out a lot on last week's hike. Let me get back to you in a moment, and then I'll take a look at it closer and then tell you a little bit more about the taxonomy of the plant. It's changed, as you probably noticed on the text that I put on the screen for last week's video. So yeah, as I was mentioning, these plants here, this used to be known as Dichelostemma capitatum, but now, if I can remember correctly, it should be Dipteros. I think it's Dipterostemon capitatus now. I think is the new name, the new botanical name for this plant, and it's really blooming pretty fiercely right now out here. Let's see right here. Pretty neat. Really blooming pretty hard up here. the beautiful hills, backcountry scenery seen from up here. I'm thinking about making a hike over towards the Claremont Mesa staging area. Let's see. A lot of extra effort. That'd be pretty tired, but also feel refreshed because the fresh air, obviously, definitely doing me a world of good, obviously. I like the view of the main peaks here. Fortuna, South Fortuna, Quai Pie Piles, of course, Powell's. There's more of that coast barrel cactus. Look at that. There's a lot of it over here, actually. There's a little scrub oak up here. Got all of its new leaves on it right now. Looks absolutely mint, spanking new mint green. Let's see. Maybe I can meet up with the Claremont Mesa trailhead. Oh, Cleveland Shooting Stars. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Dodecatheon clevelandi, subspecies clevelandi. All right. Beautiful. I know these were blooming in Mission Gorge a couple weeks ago too. Let me get a closer look at that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, these are Cleveland Shooting Stars right here. Oh, wow. Okay. There was a nice little patch of them along Father Junipero Serra when I was up there on the 28th of last month. It was 2 weeks ago. And there was one spot where there was a whole population of them. And it was just beautiful. Yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, I think they're in the Primulaceae, the primrose family, I believe. Here's some more of them right here. It's supposed to be perennials. Here's a plant right here with buds on it. And then, there they are. The flowers kind of point down. They kind of remind me of those ornamental cyclamen plants that you sometimes find. Oh, here's a species of sanicle. Is this Sanicula arguta or Sanicula bipinnatifida or something? Pretty cool. I'm gonna take a picture of that. That's a sanicle. It's the genus Sanicula. Alright, so yes, I'm going to make a run at the Claremont Mesa trailhead and see if I can make a little loop out of this hike. Pretty cool. So I'm coming down and I came across this plant that I've just shot a spotlight video for, and this is San Diego sweet pea. This is Lathyrus vestitis variety Elipheldi. It's a member of the pea family, obviously. The pea-like flowers on the plant. So yes, I mean, we're really coming into we're going to have a really good rest of the wildflower season, it's looking like right now. So it's kind of an exciting time to be out here. So you check out my spotlight video for more information about that plant. It's more of a San Diego County plant than anywhere else, but it's definitely a lot more common than its other relative, the chaparral sweet pea, which is Lathyrus vestitis variety vestitis. Ooh, blue-eyed grass. Oh, okay. I was wondering when I was going to see this one again. Oh, look at that Sisyrinchium bellum. Oh, boy. All right, this is the first one I've seen so far. It looks a lot like grass. Look at it. It looks like blades of grass. But that's a giveaway. that that's not a grass. That's the first blue-eyed grass of the year. So it's, like I said, like I was just mentioning, it's going to be an exciting time of year right now for botanists to really be out here exploring and really taking a look at these awesome plants. And again, more school bells. That's a plant that's kind of similar to the school bells. Tierrasanta capitatus. So now we got blue-eyed grass. Blue-eyed grass, the petals open out a lot more, and are more like have more of a radial symmetry. So the ones that open up more and the plants are usually a little bit smaller, that's blue-eyed grass. Again, this is the school bells. The flowers usually don't open up quite as much. So this is a very exciting time to be out and botanizing here. I'll tell you one thing is really exciting. This is a great time of year to be out here. Yeah, I'm heading down towards the Claremont Mesa area. I'm guessing this is going to be more of a hike today, because I'm just wanting to see some more stuff today. And over there. Looks like we have to kind of wind our way over to there. But I remember when I came here back in 2013, there was some pretty cool stuff here. There were some nice scrub oaks down in the canyon below. So I was going to go check out. Hope there's more of that blue-eyed grass. My first time seeing it was up by Blue Jay Campground in Cleveland National Forest. And it's up at 3,350 feet in the Santa Ana Mountains in Orange County. That was the first time I ever saw that plant. There was a lot more of it blooming at that time too. It was in May. And it was a drought year too, and it was still blooming like crazy. It was in spring of 2021. Yeah, spring of 2021. I'm hoping maybe if I get some more of it blooming, there could be another spotlight video on that coming up pretty soon. So let's see here. It's been a long time since I've been over in this part. That was the first time I ever been here to Mission Trails. It's really cool. Yeah, I think I went, I'm trying to remember if I went this way or if I went, I think there might be another trail down there that goes underneath here at the bridge. Yeah, I think I went this way. Yeah, I think this is the road that leads you around towards the peak that I was just visiting. I think I was down there. See, that's the trail. I think that's the trail that comes from the bridge, Claremont Mesa Boulevard, I believe. Let's see. Let's go check out some more stuff. Let's hope some more stuff's blooming. Yeah, I'm trying to put some more focus on getting better at learning the herbaceous plants. So I got most of the woody plants down pretty well. There's still some stuff I gotta work on too, but I mean, my expertise lies more in woody plants than herbaceous plants. So I know more, I want to learn more and see more. That's how you do it. Alright. I'll see what I can find. Give the camera a break for a few minutes and I'll see you on the next clip. Oh yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Ah, got a little too distracted by that big scrub oak right there. Yeah, I think this was the area I explored when I first came here. Is this what I think it is? Ooh, it's a summer holly. Oh, I didn't know they grew here at Mission Trails. This is a summer holly right here. This is Comerostophilus diversifolia, subspecies diversifolia. we had these growing here. Wow. Incredible. Doesn't look like too much bloom action over here, though. I know there's some of these near La Jolla on Soledad Mountain. Point out a bunch there, but yeah, this is a nice one, too. It's a nice large one. Nice, beautiful shrub. Yeah, it looks a lot like a Mission Manzanita with the curled leaves. So it looks a lot like a Mission Manzanita, but stringy grayish bark gives it away as being Comarostaphylos. So that's pretty cool. I was looking at that scrub oak and I was looking over this way, thinking to myself, that looks interesting. So I guess we got a summer holly here. I need to take a picture of this. I think I'm gonna have to voucher this on Cal Flora. I haven't done vouchers in a while. So I'm gonna catch up with you momentarily. So yeah, I kind of remember this little canyon here, this little dip. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Looks like we got another summer holly over here. There's another one right here, smaller one. Right here, Comarostaphylos diversifolia, subspecies diversifolia. Must be a small population here. It's the second one I've seen. Well, this scrub oaks. Losing its old leaves. Ooh. Impressive. Okay. Here's another summer holly right here. So we've got a population of them. Here's a large one. This one might have burnt back in the cedar fire. Yeah, another Comarostaphylos. Wow. Surprised I didn't notice them the first time I was here. Wow. It's impressive. Yeah, a few of them here. It's a small population growing up here. Very impressed. Beautiful. Yeah, this was the trail I took, but I guess back then I didn't really notice them or didn't know much about them. I got to where I am with my knowledge of plants by learning over the years. This little canyon's pretty dope. Okay, so we got summer holly in this canyon. Might be some more down there. Maybe. That's so cool. You know how I am botanizing when I'm out here hiking. Ooh, this Mojave yucca's budding right now. It's gonna be blooming soon. So that's up towards Hill 781. That's where I climbed up earlier. Wow. And now we're almost in a monotypic stand of Salvia mellifera, black sage all over here. Almost a monotypic stand of it. Wow. Yeah. See, we're on this side, it's more coastal sage scrub. Over there, it's almost chaparral. Well, actually, Comarostaphylos is more of a chaparral shrub than a coastal sage shrub. affiliate it much more with chaparral than coastal sage scrub. Yeah. Glad I finally came back to this portion of the park. I like it here. Yeah, black sage is really blooming now. So we'll get black sage blooming. Different shrub will bloom later, so probably well into May in some spots. Sign for Calle de Vida. Wow, it is so verdant over here. Love seeing coastal sage scrub in the rainy season. We have possibly at least 2 more storms lined up. Sometime tomorrow and Wednesday. Maybe another one early next week. It could impact my next 2 Tuesdays. Tomorrow, that's why I'm getting out now. Next week it might rain next Tuesday too. But it might rain on Monday too, so I don't know. What a great place this is. So much black sage over here. It is so pungent. So beautiful. It's all blooming. It's starting to bloom now. Incredible. Here's a nice lemonade sumac for a little spot of shade. It is pretty warm today. It's definitely in the 70s. Ooh, look at this lemonade. Berry lemonade sumac. Nice one. There's a nice toy on over here. Let's go take a look. Oh, look at this one. Oh, it's ready to get flower buds. Oh my gosh. Sometimes usually toyons are more of a late May, June, and well into summer. But this one's already getting a few flowers on it. We're not even technically in the spring equinox yet. Wow. So this is the Claremont Mesa Trail. There's the bridge. So that's the end of Claremont Mesa Boulevard over there. All right. Yeah, again, that's up towards Hill 781 right there. All right. See you on the next clip. Now that I think of it, I don't think that trail that I just came up joining this, I don't think that was the one I was on. I think I was on one down here somewhere. Let me see. Maybe I'm mistaken. There might have been a trail down there too. Could be mistaken. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see something. I thought there was a trail down there below this. Maybe I was mistaken. Nice toy on. Yeah, some of that looks very muddy over there. No. Look at that. Beautiful. Look how green it is. This little canyon right here. Wow, it's all black sage almost. That minty green. See, about 80% of that's black sage. All right, so we're coming out on Claremont Mesa Boulevard. Wow, cute little, cool little canyon. I like that. All right. Let's see what other things I can find. I'll catch you on the way. Yep, here we are. Tierrasanta entrance. So this is the end of Claremont Mesa Boulevard. Yep. That could be a hill to explore one day. I don't know if I have too much more energy left. Let's see if I can find the road that leads back to my car. Or back to the Elanus Canyon, I should say. Let's see. See if this works. We'll see. Alright, so I'm on Claremont Mesa Boulevard now. And look what I found. Giant tick seed. Leptocene gigantea. Perennial subshrub. Occasionally you'll find these here in San Diego, but they're more native on the Channel Islands. Occasionally they get naturalized down here. Not really native here, but this is Leptocene gigantea, a giant tick seed. They get these trunks, and sometimes they can get up to about 6-7 feet tall. Well, they can get even taller than a human. And sunflower family Asteraceae, look at the flower heads. And the really lacy leaves kind of gives it away as a Leptocene. Sometimes they call it giant Coreopsis. It used to be Coreopsis gigantea, but this is Leptocene now. They changed the name to Leptocene. This is Leptocene gigantea. Giant tick seed. Occasionally found here in San Diego, but more of a Channel Island plant. And during the summer, it dries back and it dies back to the stem, so you get to see these kind of Dr. Seuss looking dead trunks on them. They're still alive because they're perennials. They're just dormant during the summer. That was a pretty cool find. I've seen them maybe once or twice here in San Diego when I was a kid. Pretty cool. They call it giant Coreopsis or giant tick seed. Leptocene gigantea. Again, not truly a San Diego County native plant, but it is a California native, mostly in the Channel Islands. Long trunks. Wow, nice views over here. All right, I'll catch you on the next clip. Alright, so I'm walking. That was Rueda Street. Got that off of Claremont Mesa. Turn left onto Rueda. I think this might lead me back to Elanus Canyon. I forget the name of the street here. I think this is, yeah, almost back to my Elanus Canyon. So yeah, this is it. So that's Rueda Street, Rueda. Would be more Spanish. Rueda. So I came up that. So basically, there's Claremont Mesa. Went that way. Then went and made Claremont Mesa staging area over there. I walked down Claremont Mesa, made a left onto Rueda. And now I'm coming up this street. I didn't see a name for the street, but I know this is the right way back. Look at this. A little Lego pine sapling here. Look at that. Probably from this tree here. Little baby Pinus halepensis. How cool is that? And a young seedling right there. Look at that. It's another Aleppo pine seedling. And these are myoporums, or Gaio trees. Myoporum litum. So I'm just about to re-enter Elanus Canyon. So I kind of making a lollipop loop, or a balloon loop. That's Hill 781, but a little bit further up. So I basically cut through Elanus Canyon, came up there. So yeah, I recognize the street now. Went up Elanus Canyon from Tierrasanta Blvd, crossed here, that way. So I'm about to return to the Elanus Canyon Trail right now, momentarily. This is where I saw those. This is where I saw the first couple of vernal pools. So here we are, back on the Elanus Canyon Trail. This is gonna take me back down. There's some vernal pools up here. That's really cool. So I've kind of made kind of a balloon loop out of this, just so I can vary the scenery up a little bit. I'm glad I did, because I got to see some pretty cool plants that I would have missed otherwise. So we're going to go down this hill. The vernal pool right here. Comes pretty close here, actually. See some little tiny things swimming in there. I wonder if those are fairy shrimp. Little tiny things swimming around in the vernal pool. That would be really cool if those are fairy shrimp. They're very tiny. They're swimming all around. Look like little tiny gray specks from here. If that's the case, that is really cool. I think those could be fairy shrimp. I don't know. Never seen one up close. Never seen one. They're really tiny. Little specks. They're all swimming around in the water. So that could be what those are. Alright. So time to start descending. Looking back towards South Fortuna. Over there. So this is Elanus Canyon. Now I got to make this really steep descent. It's been for a short hike today, so I think the mileage is going to be a little bit different now. It wasn't just an out and back. The mileage might be a little bit different now. It might be a little bit different than the roughly 3 miles I thought, because I decided to explore a little bit. So I'll have to check that out and maybe rearrange it. Very cool though. Very, very cool. Alright. So I'm going to keep dipping down this, and I'll keep you updated. So as I'm heading down Elanus Canyon, you'll notice a lot of purple flowers. Some lighter and some darker. So these lighter ones here, the lighter ones are from California wishbone bush, or California 4 o'clock. And that's Mirabilis laevis variety crassifolia. It's these here in the center. Then we got these darker ones here. And these are Perry's Phacelia. This is Phacelia perryi. Quite a bit of it around here, actually. There's a lot of it here. Yeah, this is Phacelia perryi. I gotta watch out. I don't want to step on some lupines. But here we go. Yes, this is Phacelia Perry. Perry's Phacelia. Quite an attractive, beautiful purple flower. Pretty common over here too. There's a lot of it here in Elanus Canyon. Seen a lot of it here, hiking up here. That's all Phacelia Perry. And then got some other purple flowers starting to show up here. And I know I pointed this one out earlier, briefly. This one's still kind of just starting to bloom. But you notice this one here, this one is called collar lupine. This is Lupinus truncatus, and it's kind of known for these blunt tips, the blunt leaflet tips here. I've seen this one a few times in my travels, but the end of the leaflet here is blunt or squared off. And it gets these beautiful purple flowers. There are a couple of them. This is another collar lupine right here. So if you see a lupine with very narrow leaflets that are kind of squared or blunt tipped at the edge, you're looking at, most likely looking at collared lupine, Lupinus truncatus. There's another species of lupine right here. This one looks like stinging lupine because it's got some very rough hairs on it. This is Lupinus hirsutissimus. So this is yet another species of lupine, but the leaflets you can see are a little bit broader, but they're kind of smaller. The leaflets on truncatus, which is this one, are longer, very narrow, and kind of blunt tipped. If you look carefully, you can see that the leaflet tips are very blunt. The flowers are very similar. This is Lupinus truncatus, collar lupine, and Phacelia. Did it again! Let me back it up. Okay, so this is Lupinus truncatus, collar lupine, and this is Lupinus hirsutissimus, stinging lupine. And the hairs are supposed to kind of get in your skin and be very irritating. So touching that one is probably an uncomfortable experience. So we're getting quite a few purples showing up now. And again, as I pointed out earlier, this is the non-native garland daisy right here, Glebianus carinaria. And they have, some of their flower heads are all yellows, and some of them are all white, and some of them are white and yellow. So let's see here. So here's one with the ray florets are white with some yellow towards the base of the ray florets. Here we go again. White with some yellow at the base of the ray florets, and this one's all yellow. So it's quite a variable flower head. I mean, it's an attractive daisy. It's an attractive plant, but it is not native. It is not native here. And it's very common, especially in disturbed sites, sides of trails, roads. So yeah, there's quite a bit of it here too. Quite a bit of this garland daisy. It's very common, and it's an annual, so it'll die. It'll set seed later on the spring, and then it'll die off during this dry summer. And we got some more Bajiosis laciniata right here. San Diego bush sunflower. And they're beautiful yellow ray florets. Again, being a sunflower family member, flower heads. I'm trying to walk down this very carefully. This is very steep. So there's a lot to see here in beautiful Elanus Canyon as well. Here's more of that Perry Phacelia, a little more up close. Now, some people with sensitive skin might want to be careful touching Phacelias, because they are related to a plant called poodle dog bush in the Boraginaceae, the borage family. They're related to the poodle dog bush, and the poodle dog bush has these hairs that have phenol compounds or some kind of compound in them that stick, jab your skin, and in a couple days later you get this horrible rash. Well, I don't know if you would get the same extreme reaction with Phacelia, but some species of Phacelia have been known to cause people to break out in rashes too. So be careful around Phacelias too. I don't know if all of them do that, But just be careful, especially if you have sensitive skin. You might want to be careful around phacelias. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous plants, no doubt about it, and really cool part of our ecosystem. Not to mention boss nectar plants. But yeah, just a little tale of caution. I don't think it's supposed to be as bad as poodle dog bush reaction, but some people might get a skin rash if the hairs irritate your skin. So just be careful. Just a little PSA, public service announcement. Oh, and a little Chuck Dudley here too. Okay. Making life pretty interesting. All right, well, let me finish down climbing this, and I'll get back with you on this beautiful Elanus Canyon. All right, so I'm back down here, this little gully basin, and it's just so cool down here. I like this little spot. Is that a little miniature waterfall in here? Gosh, that is so satisfying. It's just so satisfying to hear the water trickling. I like that. It's little things like this that just make being outdoors so fun. Yeah, I think these might be Dumosas. I think these are Quercus Dumosas here. Yeah, I think we're still in Dumosa territory here. Yeah, these look like Quercus Dumosas. These are not. These don't look like Acutidans to me. These look more like Dumosas. Scrub oaks. Pretty cool. And I don't know, I just can't get enough of these little fan palms. Yes, I know. I know they're not native. I know they are invasive. But they just kind of makes you feel like you're at Anza-Borrego when you see these little palm oases. But these, of course, are the Mexican fan palms, the Washingtonia robusta, not the California fan palms that are actually in Borrego. And those are the Washingtonia foliferas. These are all robustas here. And again, here we are. Really large tamarisks. These things are more like small tree size. A lot of times these things are kind of small and shrubby. Except for the apple tamarisk, Tamarix aphylla, which is actually an evergreen. It stays green all year. It doesn't go deciduous like these ones. This is probably Tamarix chinensis or Tamarix ramosissima, probably. Probably the two likely species. One of those two likely here. Actually, they're pretty cool looking. They're just, I know they've been very maligned for how invasive they are. But here it kind of feels like, again, with these fan palms, it kind of feels like we're in a little mini palm oasis. And we kind of are, actually. It's just not a California fan palm. It's the Mexican fan palm. I like these guys, though. You know, growing up here in Southern California, except for those few years in the 8 years in New Jersey, you know, I live around fan palms all my life. So, I've kind of always had a fascination with them. Sometimes I call them feather dusters because they're so tall and they look like feather dusters, especially when you trim them. Trim all the leaves all the way up to the top. Yeah, a little trickle in here. Look at that. How cool is that? Really. How beautiful is that? Just to hear a little trickle down here. Love this canyon. This is cool. There's a taller one right there. Oh, a red-tailed hawk way up there too. Won't see it very well on camera. But yeah. But then, it's not the only palm we have growing here. Sometimes you'll see these get established too. These are Canary Island date palms. Phoenix canariensis. Much more common to see the fan palms, but the date palms also get established. This is the Canary Island date palm, the more ornamental one you see as You'll see his palms lining the streets with the pinnately shaped leaves. This canyon definitely has a lot of charm. Nice little open space area just to stretch your legs and enjoy the beauty of nature. I sure am, I'll tell you that right now. All right. There's a scrub jay up in the scrub oaks up there. Try to see what kind of bird that is. I don't think that's a wren tit, but it's about the size of a wren tit. It might be a wren tit. Pretty cool. Moral of the story: enjoy whatever outdoors you can enjoy. Yeah, it seems like Tierrasanta's got a lot of really cool places to visit. There's a small nature trail I passed on Rueda Street, and it's a little nature trail. So the next time I'm in the area, I'll park near there, take a stroll on that. It's a small nature trail. All right. And of course, we got Rueda Canyon, North Rueda Canyon. Those are all spots I was thinking of possibly visiting today too, until I decided to climb Peak or Hill 781. I'll keep working my way back, and I'll see you down the way. All right, time to take a look at yet another part of the charm of Elanus Canyon. Here's some more, Acmismon glaber variety glaber, deerweed or deer broom, coastal deer broom. And then red monkey flower, Diplacus panaceus, starting to really add some more layers of color to an already awesomely colorful canyon. Just gonna go to the end of this little bit here. Just take a look, see if there's anything around here that needs to be pointed out. Of course, more blue-eyed grass. Oh, look at this. Oh, Sisyrinchium bellum. Oh, this is a nice one. Look at that. 6-petal flowers, divisions of 3. Usually means it's a monocot, which this plant is a monocot. And look at the leaves, look like blades of grass. They really do. So the blue eye comes from the flower. So that is Sisyrinchium bellum, blue-eyed grass, another specimen. Haven't seen a lot of them, only seen 2 of them so far. Again, I always think it's fate when I make little extra turns, little detours. I always feel like there's some kind of fate involved. Like I'm meant to take a detour here or a detour there so I can explore and see what else is good over here. Look at a nice view down to this kind of shallow canyon. I see some more Mojave yucca over there. There's quite a bit of Mojave yucca in this canyon. Pretty impressive. There's actually quite a bit of Mojave yucca around here. There's some big boulder over there in that little ravine. Yeah, this is really cool. All right, so yeah, Sisyrinchium bellum. That was a good specimen too, full bloom. Well, I'm gonna keep working my way down, and we'll see if there are any more on the way out surprises. Let's see how this works. there's the main path back to Tierrasanta Blvd. But again, I'm doing little side trips right now. Amazing how much yucca is growing in this canyon. So much Mojave yucca over in this area. So awesome. I love seeing that plant, and it's everywhere in this beautiful little canyon. Beautiful lemonade sumac, of course, and southern honeysuckle. I am biding my time. I'm biding my time until that plant is kind of well into its bloom to where you can start seeing the fruits developing, because it's going to be spotlight time. There's a small right of way down at the bottom here too. I'm going to go check out as well. That's it. I'm trying to get a little more exploration done in this canyon. There's not a lot of trail here, but what little trail there is in this canyon packs a punch. So if you're a big fan of Mojave yuccas, if you love seeing them with their big panicles of flowers in the spring, this is definitely a place to see it. Beautiful Mojave yuccas here. There's so many of them. They are such cool plants. So I'm going to go down that way and see what else. Yeah, so this is the little side trail, and we're back on the regular trail. That's the one where I went up, crossed the road, and climbed up into Mission Trails up to Hill 781. So now we're coming back down to this apartment area. Wow. Just imagine, I was starting to come close to just driving home from work and missing out, possibly. Because like I said, tomorrow, probably going to rain at some point. So I'm glad I just stuck to my guns and got out here. What a cool canyon this is. These people are lucky they live here. They can go mess around here all they want. Love this canyon. So cool here. I gotta admit, I never spent a lot of time in Tierrasanta when I was a kid. You know, mostly being a kid, you stayed local, close to where your parents are. And I lived in Claremont, a couple neighborhoods to the west. And now I'm coming here to Tierrasanta, checking out these canyons, and I'm really digging the vibe here in Tierrasanta. Look at this. Here's a nice, beautiful lemonade sumac or lemonade berry. Look at this. It's a pretty decent sized trunk. Wow, what a beauty. Wow. And here we are back down in the riparian sector here. So now we got Salix Goodingi, the Gooding's black willow, Fremont cottonwood, and a smell of mule fat. I can smell it. Very strong. It's a very resinous, strong odor. Here we are. Baccharis salicifolia, subspecies salicifolia. Here's a female. These are the female flowers, real fuzzy looking. They become the fuzzy seed heads later on. And in about a month or two, Malacothermus fasciculatus, variety fasciculatus, a chaparral bush mallow, should be coming into bloom. I eagerly anticipate that because that's another long-awaited spotlight video. All right, so now I gotta walk through this really sludgy mud here. So I'll see you pretty much Whoa, first of all, before I do anything, there's another decent lemonade sumac right here. Wow. Yeah, my battery's about to cut out, so I better put in another set. Alright, beautiful lemonade sumac. Alright. So I'm going to take my last little mini tour of the day. Just going to walk up this probably till it ends at that power line. Now we're getting Coast Cholla. Some Coast Cholla popping up over here. Oh, nice. Pretty cool stuff here. Walk up this just a short distance. I'm starting to get tired and starting to get thirsty and hungry. And room temperature water bottles are not gonna do me very well. Let's just go head up here and see. So I'll see you further up unless anything comes in between. Okay. Coming up towards the end of this. Little right of way here. Okay. Little lizard. Somewhere. I think this is going to be the last stretch. So this is another branching of the trail. All right. I'm gonna start heading back to Tierrasanta Boulevard. Really cool after work hike today. Pretty happy I made it out. Put in a few miles of exercise, and again, another Mojave yucca clump right here. Sheesh. All right. Off I go. Well, I'm just about to reach the road. Tierrasanta Boulevard over there. More beautiful black willows. Just before they start leafing out. Some of them already are, but these ones are still kind of dormant right now. Yeah. Pretty fun walk. Enjoyed it. Actually, very much enjoyed it. Ooh, an olive tree. Look at that. Oh, a little olive tree. Pretty cool. So I'm just about to exit Elanus Canyon here in Tierrasanta, San Diego. Now I gotta do is cross the street, cross Tierrasanta Boulevard. It wasn't busy when I was here earlier, but maybe rush hour, I don't know. Oh boy, it's getting muddy. I wonder if any frogs come over there. Okay. Well, do it for me. Thanks for watching. I'm just going to walk along Tierrasanta until I get to the street that I need to be on. So it's just walking on the street back to my car. Oh, here's a nice laurel sumac. It was a red ironbark eucalyptus. Beautiful. Native to Australia. I don't know. Thanks for watching my adventure. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it and doing it. And I'll see you on another adventure. Thanks for watching.